Welcome back to Whatever Garage. Today we're going to fix some more of the gremlins that are troubling this car, and one of them I did. Let's get started. If you'll notice, the steering wheel is not straight. When I put it back on, I put it a little cattywampus. So let's fix that. Alright, so if you remember, first thing we do is pop off the little horn thing. Easy enough, comes right off. And then we're going to remove, I guess that's what activates the horn, but since mine doesn't work, I don't know. Alright, so it comes off with the shims also. I have 3 shims on mine. Don't know if I need them all, but that's what it came with. Alright, next you've got the telescoping nut that's in here, but you got 2 little screws that hold the telescoping nut in. And so actually what you could do is go ahead and loosen it. Alright, try to keep all these things together so we don't lose them. Or Phillips head, you know what I mean. I'm not blocking you, am I? Alright, then these come off. Alright, switch out. Next we have, let's just go ahead and take the steering wheel off. I was going to do this, but what's the point? I got to take this off to get to that anyway. It was funny because I picked my daughter up from school yesterday in this to surprise her. And as I'm driving, I'm looking at the steering wheel and I was explaining to her what I did. And she goes, well, does it matter if it's straight? I'm like, well, to me it does. I don't want to drive around with my car like this all day. You know, I like it like that. Plus it's for orientation too. You know, but I mean, yes, you could drive around like that, but I'm too OC for that. And this. You got the leather wrapping in the back. Well, there was a little string here yesterday. I was like, oh, I'll just pull that little string off. It ripped the entire stitching out. I mean, because this thing's dry rotted from hell. So, yeah, I was upset about that. I wonder if I could get this restitched. It'd probably cost almost as much as getting a new one, huh? All right, steering wheel's there. This little piece off. This is the little collar we have to pull off, turn, and put back on. First things first, remove this little clip as best you can. Trying to remember how I did it. She's off. Then we got this. Just get a damn crescent wrench. And all that tinging you hear is my tin roof. It's starting to rain. Okay, now this is under pressure. A little bit. It's got a spring on it, so you can pop it off and hit yourself. We missed ourselves last time. It's a harmonic balancer puller, but I want to try this instead of the 3-prong claw I used last time. I thought maybe this would work a little better if I had the screws to go in the hole. That's why you don't. Yeah. It would work. It all lines up, but I don't have a small enough screw to go in there. All right, I'm going to give you the side shot. Just in case I do pop myself in the face, you'll get a nice little laugh. All right, and we did this just a couple videos ago, so I don't know why I'm telling you all this stuff again. It's not like I'm much of a teacher. Alrighty. Just trying to tighten it up to get some tension on it. It's right at the middle of the bend, so it's a little hard to... There we go. Now we're past it. Little tension. And there. Now we have tension. Okay? So we just keep cranking. I'm just going to slowly pull it out. See what I mean? Now, Nothing is broken. And it was just like that. I watched it this time. See, what we want to do is put it just like that. Now, do we remember how we got it on there last time? Not necessarily. The bolt that holds the telescoping part, I'm going to lock this down so it makes it easier. What it'll do is it'll prevent this thing from going back and forth while I'm trying to knock it down. Okay, see. Well, of course it comes that way, ding dong. You haven't put it on yet. But it prevents the centerpiece from sliding back and forth. All right. Make sure it's on there as tight as it'll go. Collar straight how we want it. Hope the hell the wheels are straight this time. And I don't have my hammer. I'll get a hammer and a block of wood. The collar's back on. I forgot to turn on the camera. Sorry. But ended up knocking it on using the rubber mallet in this, and then putting this on and cinching it down as much as I could. So now we do the reverse and put her back together. She's back to being straight again. Love it. I need to find me a new leather wrap for this, but something that looks nicer than those old-fashioned ones. I don't like those. That's what the other Corvette had on it when I took it off. And yes, I mention this every time. I still can't find that damn steering wheel anywhere. All right, moving on. Alrighty, I'm gonna show you something. Back of the car. Look for a reflection on the door there. Hitting the brake pedal. There isn't one. My brakes don't work again, or my brake lights don't. Oh, wait a minute. It's that switch. I'm gonna have to order a new switch. Okay, well, we fixed that gremlin. Oh, see, now it doesn't. Alrighty, we'll order a new switch. What I discovered was, well, when I first got the Corvette, it had tons of parts that came with it, okay? Which included some brake rotors, and this one's all right. I mean, it's got surface rust just from storage. But when I opened this one, or looked at this one, it's got a little more than surface rust. I'm thinking I can fix that though, because we're gonna go for it. Needless to say, there is no oil or grease on these anymore. All right, one of the things I forgot about is these are, I guess, manufacturer replacement types, and they have the rivet in it connected to the hub, whereas the replacements do not. See, I had to drill them out on my other Corvette and replace them. So we're gonna have to drill these out. Fun! All right, I don't remember where we left off yesterday, but this side's completely done, put back together. I haven't put the wheel back on it because I want to polish those rims up a little bit more. And before I quit yesterday, I went ahead and took this one completely apart instead of trying to drill it on the car, because eventually you still have to take it off. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I'm a dumbass. All right, moving over here to the drill press. We're already set up and ready to go. And today what we're gonna do is, the ones that are labeled are the studs. We're gonna drill these from behind. It's a smaller surface, so hopefully we can drill them faster. Pull down a little harder. Okay, shine the light on that one. Yep, we can get the chisel and knock the rest of that one out. All right, well, this will make it easier for chiseling it out. Like I said, we only have to pop a little bit of it off. If I was smart, I would have covered that up before I did all the metal shavings, but I'm not that smart. All right, this should be easier to press out this time because the studs I drilled out from behind, so the whole thing should just come right out. Just that easy. All right, we got that hub out. Now we're going to clean her up and slap on the rotor. All right, I will be the first to admit this way was quicker. Albeit not easy though. It still is taking me probably an hour because to punch those rivets out really sucks. But we have made it. It's right here. And these we repacked last time. They're still in good shape. Get that off of there and put it in there where it'll come to some good use. Well, I don't know why I'm wearing gloves. Just ruining my gloves doing this. Well, besides the fact it's cold. Come on, baby. All right. All of this so I can put this son of a bitch on. I was delusional to think I was going to do this in one day. Well, all of the things I'm doing. Because after this, we're going to look at the shift shaft seal for the 5th or 6th time. Except I have a plan this time. And remember, I'm not putting the wheel back on because I'm going to polish it. The front two did not seem to shine as well as the back ones did last time, so maybe I was getting lazy towards the end. There you are. Oh, all right. Do the cotter pin. Where's the hole? Should be right here. That's the one I had. It was a little too bent up to go through, so I dumped all of my cotter pins and found one more, but I think it might be a little too thick. We're about to find out. Yes, that will go all the way through. Oh, that's just this. Sorry. Thought it was loose too. Unless my depth perception is just off and I can't see it right. Yep, there we go. Good. pretty to begin with, so I don't care about hitting them. And yes, I know, I got crap on there again. The back I'd already cleaned. All right, if y'all recall, over the summer, several videos ago, we polished these tires, or these rims, excuse me, and they just do not look the best. This one doesn't really. This one still looks good, but I want to get down in here a little better with this and see if we can't make her look pretty. If you look right there, that is how much ATF has leaked out since the last time we changed the shift shaft seal, which is right there. I'll get you a better view in a second. If you look up in there, see? So we gotta take all that off right now. It's hard to show you what's going on, so I'm gonna do quick little shots. Okay. The shift lever is removed from the seal, and I can see a couple of nicks around the entrance, or around the first part where you would put the, damn, I can't even get this focused. There. I can see little nicks on it where I may have scratched it up, and we'll try and sand those down. But the first thing I gotta do is get the old seal out. All right, this is going to be a little difficult to see probably, hopefully not. But if you look at this, on the top and the bottom, by my thumb is the bottom of the seal, there is a chunk of the rubber missing. So the last time I put this on, it just ripped it off. So now we have to figure out how to fix that problem before we put the new one back on. And I already tried some sandpaper, and I think that might be working, but I haven't gotten the top part yet. All right, this is actually a really good view. The light's for shit, but let's see if I can help. There we go. That's the shift shaft. The seal goes in here. And you can see where I've already scratched the living crap out of the exterior. I've looked on the inside, and it doesn't appear that I've scratched up the shaft itself. But I can see a couple of dings around the edge here, right there. And the shaft itself is not completely circular. It's got some little, I don't know, oblong areas right there to go over. So I've got to make sure those are smooth. A little more difficult. Even if it's just enough to round it a little bit, I'm hoping that's going to help. That's the last one I want, is right there. All right, now this is the good seal. Okay, there you go. See how it's perfectly round in the middle and together? Okay, what we need to do is heat this up a little bit. Not much, I mean, it's been in my pocket, but it's still cold. All right, I got a heat gun here. Here, let's back up. I'm gonna have it in my hand so that way I know it doesn't get very hot, okay? And all I'm gonna do, put a little heat on it, flip it over, put a little heat on it. Just as much as my hand can stand, so that way it won't melt. At least that's my theory. Works good in my head, right? I'll hold it really far away. Yeah, that's much better. And my heat gun only has one setting, high. I see it didn't take much. It's yeah, it's much more pliable now. The inside piece flexes really well. And it's not hot. I mean, see? Before it was cold, so hell, my hand, this hand's colder than this. So I think we're good. All right, next thing I'm gonna do is a little trick. I wouldn't call it a trick, just someone showed me once. I'm gonna use a little bit of Vaseline. Sort of lube it up. And it's a petroleum product. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not even doing this in front of the camera. It's a petroleum product, so it's just like lubing it up with oil. Or just something a little slippery to get it in there so she doesn't get torn up. That's all we want. Okay. All right, guys, the shift shaft seal is in, and the linkage is back on. Now, only time will tell if it worked. All right, so that wraps up this episode. We actually got everything accomplished that we wanted to get accomplished. Can you believe it? Recap. I put the steering wheel on straight. Horn still doesn't work. We took the front wheels off and polished them so they look beautiful. We did the brakes, and by the brakes I mean we replaced the rotors, because originally we just replaced the pads because all I wanted to do was get the car on the road. And the brake lines, we did those before, long time back. So now we have great functioning brakes, and then for the 5th or 6th time, I had lost count, we replaced the shift shaft seal. And it looked like it went in very well this time because we heated it up with a gun like you saw, and it seemed to slide right on. I made sure to feel it very gently, and there was no rubber pieces afterwards, so I assume it went on. So we'll find out. We'll take her for a spin. While I was underneath her, I did find a couple other issues. We'll address those in the next episode. So thank you for coming back. If you would, leave a comment. Leave a polite one, all right? I told you I'm a hobbyist, I'm not a mechanic. But I do know a little bit about what I'm doing. It just may not look like it, and it may not always work. But sometimes I have to walk away and think about it, and then come back and fix it. That's just the way I work. All right, anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time. Am I supposed to say something? Oh yeah, whatever garage, out.